answers.
Well, hello my young friends. A very warm welcome to Vivekananda Answers. मैं हूँ आपका होस्ट और दोस्त जयंत कृपलानी और हमारे साथ हैं डॉक्टर समीर ब्रह्मचारी, चीफ मेंटोर ओपन सोर्स ड्रग डिस्कवरी एंड फॉर्मर डायरेक्टर जनरल CSIR. A big hand for him. And along with him, we have Dr. Dipak Ghosh, Emeritus Professor, Jadavpur University and past Dean, Faculty of Science at Jadavpur too. Now, ठीक है? Okay. आप लोग क्या सोच रहे हैं? My young brigade, मैं कोई magician हूँ क्या? अरे, आज आपको कोई magic दिखाने जा रहा हूँ. Do you think so? Do you think it's magic? No, it's not. गलत. एकदम गलत. क्या आप में से कोई गेस कर सकता है कि मैंने ऐसे क्यों किया? Actually, this is the second law of thermodynamics. Everything is running from order to chaos. Everything is going away from a perfectly ordered state to a chaotic state, as you will notice over here. However, we can try to bring it back to order once more. और यही प्योर साइंस है. और अगर देखा जाए तो दोस्तों फिलोसॉफिकली भी हम इससे एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हैं. After a person attains zenith, there comes a downfall. After a very good time, when life is really in order, comes a time when we face a lot of challenges, or a time when we are sometimes shattered. Now, ये एक obvious circle है, क्योंकि time is represented by a wheel whose axle will come down once it goes up, and so on, and only then will the wheel proceed. So, अब तो आप सब समझ ही चुके होंगे कि आज का विषय क्या है. Whether there is any compatibility within science and religion. और मैं अपने distinguished guest से पूछना चाहूँगा how you would explain this. First, Dr. Brahmachari.
You see, in second law of thermodynamics, we talk about disorder, order. Actually, the life itself is, some sense, organization of order from a chaotic disorder. How so many molecules comes in together to form inside the cell and gets organized. So apparently it looks like it violates second law of thermodynamics, but it's not true. It's where the very fundamental of thermodynamics, the entropy plays a role. That's why the proteins which are disordered falls into order, the all cell falls into order, all function. It's amazingly different than creating this chaos that you are seeing. So life is some sense, I'm sure Dr. Ghosh can elaborate this further.
If you look at the universe from the microcosmos to macrocosmos, from the atom to the galaxies, there is order. Everything is in harmony, everything is in order. But sometimes apparently we feel that there is a chaos, but there is a order inside the chaos. This is the beauty of the nature, and a bit of chaoticity is important. Our brain consists of, if you think what he has said, this is man's perception. Order is man's perception, chaotic is man's perception. We perceive by our all organs, then ultimately controlled by the brain. Brain consists of millions of neurons. If we lose chaoticity, then we have Alzheimer's disease.
We have, sorry?
Alzheimer's disease, you forget. But there is a harmony from teeniest to the largest. This is the beauty of the nature, combining order and chaos, but what he has said, there is a order even in extreme chaos.
And मैं आपको ये भी बताना चाहूँगा कि स्वामी विवेकानंद जी, who was one of the greatest preachers of Vedanta philosophy, उन्होंने तो दुनिया के अच्छे साइंटिस्ट को भी इंस्पायर किया था. आई एम श्योर you'll agree with me over there. और मेरे ख्याल में if I ask what is science, the obvious answer would be it's the discovery of truths. Dr. Brahmachari, Dr. Ghosh.
As a young student, when you look at science, you often think it's an experimentation and validation. But as you keep doing more and more, there is a philosophical part. So therefore, intuition in science is more powerful than just the logical part of the science.
Dr. Ghosh.
Actually, historically, philosophy came first, and all big discoveries were published in philosophical magazines.
Transactions.
Oh,
But when people realized that science is experiment, if you have a lot of philosophical ideas and that will come from intuition, as Einstein said that if you have enough knowledge, enough wisdom, that is not sufficient.
No.
You must have imagination. Imagination will guide you.
I think the children has fantastic imagination. A child is a fantastic scientist. Only thing is imagination we need to flourish.
yes,
And I think that's what Vivekananda said.
yes.
Let's mix, let's this scientific temper. He talks about your education is nothing but the manifestation of perfection already in man.
Why didn't we have teachers like this in our time? Do you have teachers like this now? I don't know why. I'm sure I would have loved science if I had teachers like both of you. We often come across a debate that mind is connected with matter, is what you were saying, and also whether mind should prevail upon matter or it's the other way around. Should mind prevail over matter or should matter prevail over mind? I'm asking you this.
When universe was created from nothing, there was only one force, and gradually they are separated into four forces. Similarly, there was perhaps only one particle, and that particle becomes a number of particles. So, if we study the baby universe and the universe when it was born, it is conjectured there is only one particle from which all particles have come, and there is only one force from which all forces have come. So, this is what is Vedanta.
Universe is unlimited, and we as human beings are also limited. For example, we have got limited vision. We can see something within a very limited range. We can hear for a very limited time, limited range. So, if universe is unlimited, then how can we look at the universe, or how can we try to perceive something that is unlimited?
That, let me answer this. You know, until we were chimpanzee, we had 3 layers of brain. Then came the 4th layer in the human. We created a brain such a way that could create telescope, that could put satellites on the space. That's why you can make a cell phone and talk to New York. So we have taken our own senses beyond our abilities by the power of the brain to create those technology.
So I have a question. The question is that science primarily includes the things which are arranged systematically. And now while we study, we see most of the theories that we study are based on assumptions. So that is quite of a paradox. So what do we take in as science?
A few minutes ago, I gave this answer. Conventionally, truth is truth. We do not know what is truth. Nature is nature. We do not know what is nature. With philosophical background, intuition, free will, we imagine something that this is theory. Say for example, some 50 years back, 100 years back, there was ether theory, theory of ether. Now this is gone. So, every theory will live until and unless the experiment verifies this.
Now, you have heard from Einstein, he says that science without religion is blind, and religion without science is lame. It is not true. Science has mobility, and a religion has an inner eye.
Can science and religion coexist peacefully?
Certainly,
I don't know.
certainly.
That's
Religion
a
is
tough
not
one.
in the conventional sense. Religion talks of harmony, science also talk of harmony.
What was ignorance of yesterday, superstition of yesterday, is a scientific knowledge of today. What remains a stigma of today will be a scientific knowledge of tomorrow.
So, as you said, spirituality and science do have something in common. Would you therefore recommend that young scientists, I'm assuming some of you are going to be young scientists or already are, should kind of try and imbibe the philosophies and the spirituality and the sheer vast expanse of information that Swami Vivekananda used to impart?
I think I don't know about today's young people, but all I can tell you, if Vivekananda was on the Facebook, imagine Vivekananda Facebook today. What would have happened to these young people?
Yes.
The way he would have communicated, the way he would have answered questions, and imagine what would have been the world today. Wow. That was the faith he had, among the industrial leaders of his era.
Dr. Ghosh?
One thing you should know, that you have infinite potential inside you, and our system is a very good instructor to destruct the potential.
Yes.
So, you have to overcome this potential.
घड़ी अनुमति नहीं दे रही है मुझे. Now, definitely we will proceed with Vivekananda ji and science in the future, but before ending I must say, like Vivekananda, we all should have our conceptions and thoughts clear and pure. Now, whenever there is a doubt, don't let false logic get over it. Be inquisitive, science के बारे में, life के बारे में, social issues के बारे में. Thoughts are the source of change. Thoughts are the source of revolutions, and thoughts are the source of discoveries. So be thoughtful and make others think also. तो आप सबसे फिर मिलेंगे अगले हफ्ते इसी टाइम इसी चैनल पे विवेकानंद आंसर्स में. तब तक, what can I say? Stay optimistic. Thank you, Dr. Brahmachari. Thank you, Dr. Ghosh. Namaskar and namaskar to all of you, my favorite people.